We became really close really fast. You are the sole reason I became as involved in our sorority as I did, and you're basically my mom at school. And now that you're not at school with me, you're still my mom. It's fine. You are like my number one motivation to do good things. You make me want to be a better person, and you are like for sure one of my best friends. And I didn't ever think that I would be standing here giving a toast at your wedding. This is great. Together as a couple, you are some of my favorite people, like #goals. I love you both.
When he finished his master's and Sarah had to go away to Georgetown to do her master's degree, not many men, especially chauvinistic men like me, would say, I'm going to follow you. I don't have a job there. I'm going to go look for a job because you're that important to me. And yet he followed. And I know that down the road, the two of them together, if there's a career choice for Sarah, I see Jeremiah as a guy that would be willing to sacrifice for what is their best option. And that's a quality that's a really genuine, important quality for a partnership and a relationship to work. And I really admire that.
Do you, Jeremiah, take Sarah to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to love her, honor her, comfort her, and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, do you promise to be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? Do you?
I do.
And do you, Sarah, take Jeremiah to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to love him, honor him, comfort him, and keep him in sickness and in health? And forsaking all others, do you promise to be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? Do you?
I do.
Sarah, when we talk about love, we often associate it with falling. You can fall head over heels for someone. You can fall desperately and hopelessly in love for another. But I'd like to think that with you, Sarah, I had instead grown into love. Inoculation is a process where two trees start to grow so close to one another that their branches, trunk, and sometimes roots start to fuse. Their proximity to each other is so close that the borders between them start to fade. Eventually, these trees start to grow as one rather than separate entities. When you feel pain, I feel pain. When you feel joy, I feel joy. It's almost impossible to separate us because we are one in the same.
And the whole world is on your kiss. I could offer you a warm.
And then the final thought that I'll share with you is something that I came up with. And the bit of advice from your dad is try to make the ordinary day extraordinary. And again, I wish you guys the best, and I welcome Jeremiah to our family.
I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love.
I vow to laugh with you, to comfort you, to be honest with you even when it's not easy, to be patient and listen even when I'm angry, to apologize when I'm wrong and to forgive you when you are. To keep our faith central in our marriage, to remind you of how grateful I am for what's sure to be an adventure of marriage together, to work to better myself every day in our marriage, in our family, and personally, to always remind you of your potential and to celebrate our achievements and understand that every struggle and setback has its own purpose. To enjoy our years before we have children and to cherish and care for our children when we reach that time in our lives. To care for your mother, Rebecca, father, Cesar, and siblings, Johanna and Joshua, and the rest of your family as my own. To always kiss you every time we say goodbye. And to always love you through all the adventures, triumphs, and downfalls of our lives. I love you so much, Jeremiah, and I keep these vows, and I'll keep these vows close to my heart throughout our marriage. I cannot promise to have a perfect marriage or to be myself perfect, but I promise to have the best marriage possible with you and to love you for the rest of our lives.
The storms are raging on the holy sea.
We have grown so much together. Where once we were separated, we are now joined. Where once we were strangers, we are now partners. Where once we were boy and girl, we will now be husband and wife. Where once I had a small crush has now turned into love for you. And my love for you grows stronger still. And I promise to be your foundation, to be the sturdy rock through the storm. I promise to be your everlasting love through hardship and chaos, through the joy and the ecstasy. From the ends of the earth to my last breath, I will be with you always. And I proclaim my love for you.
To make you feel my